Today is the 17th of February 2025. Larry and I are setting off to do a 6-week car and caravan tour around the top of the South Island. We left home this morning at 7:30am, only to get a little way down the road and we realised we hadn't attached the caravan mirrors. Sharon walked back to the garage to collect them. The longest part of our drive south was an hour getting through Whangarei. We had a number of toilet stops for Larry due to drinking lots of coffee on the way. We had a surprise phone call from Jenny Bullivant, which resulted in us calling into her place at Taupiri for a cuppa with her and hubby Phil. Driving through Hamilton, we noticed it's expanded even more. We pulled into a lay-by south of Hamilton for a quick snack in the caravan. Then I drove the rest of the way, stopping for the night in Te Kuiti at the Freedom Camp. Larry soon made pleasantries with the young couple in the van next to us. He also enjoyed eating a pawa given to him by Eddie the night before. We were camped beneath the statue of the Shira, an icon in Te Kuiti. We also saw the statue of Colin Meads while there, as it is his hometown. After dinner we did a short walk to the warehouse to buy some double-walled glasses to drink coffee from in the caravan. Very nice. 18th of February, Te Kuiti. We woke early this morning to the sounds of trucks on the road. We left Te Kuiti at 8:30am and drove to Taumaranui. Rain, rain, rain. We took it slow though, pulling over to allow cars to pass. We fueled up again in Taumaranui, expensive at $2.94 a litre. 3 petrol stations there and no difference in price. I drove from Taumaranui to Ratahi, with Larry providing instructions and tips. After all, I was towing the caravan and using the gears. We arrived in Wanganui to blue skies and sunshine, stopping on Anzac Parade for lunch opposite Kowhai Park, then on to Palmerston North, arriving at Ahamete Reserve where we set up our caravan. It's a lovely private spot, plenty of places to park. Stephen Millman picked us up to go back to his place after dinner. We had a lovely chat and catch up with Stephen and April before coming home for our first night in Palmy. 19th of February, Palmerston North. We met up with a friend of Larry's this morning, Paul King, at the Botanical Gardens Cafe for coffee. Afterwards we wandered around the gardens and enjoyed the many beautiful roses on display. We walked over by the duck pond and through the conservatory. I was really taken with the structure of the Spanish moss and the hanging begonias. We made a short visit to the warehouse before going back to the caravan for lunch. We also topped the car up with fuel before heading to Barry and Roylene's place for the afternoon and dinner. We had a lovely evening with them, catching up and lots of laughs. We were back at the caravan by 8pm before the gates were closed for the night. We took a quick walk down to the river and we will return tomorrow to get some photos in daylight. We are heading to Ngawi to see the seals tomorrow.
20th of February.
Palmerston North to Ngawi. We had an early morning start to make time to walk down to the Manawatu River to see it in the daylight. There are such huge rocks on the riverbed, they would be great for landscaping. The drive south is beautiful. There's lots of rolling hills with contrasting colours. Big windmills generate wind power. A funny thing happened on the way to Ngawi. I was driving along Kahutara Road and Larry said, "Pull over, I think we have a flat tyre." As I checked the side mirror, I saw the entire tread of the caravan tyre rolling down the road. It had completely separated from the wheel. As Larry began to change what was left of the tyre, he discovered the car jack had ceased. Just then, a nice man and his daughter pulled up, Howie and Greer. They both helped us out, as well as AA, who supplied a big car jack. We were so appreciative of Howie and Greer stopping to help. Larry gave him a bottle of homemade rum. They were on their way to the big fishing contest in Ngawi. Arriving in Ngawi, we saw what a pretty little place it is, nestled in the hills of the shoreline. The place was packed with keen fishermen for the weekend contest. On arrival at the Cape Palliser Lighthouse, we noted how the toilet shed was bolted to the ground by cables. It must get pretty windy here. We took our time and climbed 253 steps to reach the lighthouse. What a view! And windy. we came across a bunch of seals on the rocks and were able to watch them in their habitat. Our last stop was to park up the caravan at Surfs Beach. That night we caught a gorgeous sunset and slept well despite the howling wind. Tomorrow we board the ferry.